Hi and welcome to Whirlwind Wargaming. So we're going to take a look at something different this week. This is the first issue of the Spearhead magazine. Please like and subscribe, and depending on the comments and the feedback on what people would like me to do, I'll continue with these magazines weekly as well. So the Spearhead magazine then, issue number 1. This is at a reduced price of just $2.99 in the UK. Came out yesterday on the 4th of March. And looking at the back here, you can see that there's quite a lot to collect. So there's some scenery and there's 12 spearheads in total. You're going to get 31 paints, some brushes, and there's some extra freebies dropped in along the way, certainly if you subscribe. Let's open this up then. So what have we got here then? A little bit of artwork there, as I've already shown on the back. Nothing extra there. Let's try and get this open then. So yeah, these magazines, they're coming to the end now of the Warhammer 40k version. That one is the Combat Patrol magazine series. I think there's only around about 10-12 issues left of that now, and then that'll finish. So this one is just starting off. So in here then we can see we've got 4 bases, we've got 6 dice, and we've got like a half-size sprue then, or a double-size character sprue, which has got 4 miniatures on here. Now I believe these are the miniatures that came in the Age of Sigmar 3rd edition Vermintide, I think it was called, release. Please bear with me, I haven't played Age of Sigmar, so this is new to me. These are nice, relatively new miniatures. Or was that 2024 on there, is it? As the mold's date then, so when the mold was created. These are push fit. I'm not a big fan of push fit. I tend to cut off the little pegs and glue separately. So yes, nice little miniatures. Looks like you've got one sort of hero and his companion, and you've got 2 of the rat men, which are called Skaven. What else we got? We've got a base. This is like a battle mat, then a board. So it's got 2 sides to it. We've got this green effect side on one side. Let me zoom out a little bit, you can see it a bit better. And then on the opposite side then, these will probably be your objectives. I imagine playing a small single-sided board. I imagine if further issues, you'll probably get another one of these to double up then to play on the sort of correct size gamer mat. So yeah, you've got a nicely detailed gamer mat to play on. And then we've got this free poster, an official collection. So this is a bit of advertising merchandise then. Inside here it says, "Welcome to the Age of Sigmar." It's going a little bit through how they're going to tell you a little bit about the narrative, the background. These are all the free gifts you're going to get if you subscribe. Yeah, so you're going to get some clippers. You're going to get. I think you can cancel your subscription with 4 weeks' notice anyway. So if you were collecting it along the way and you thought, no, I've got far too much now, I'm probably going to knock it on the head and just stick with what I've got, you could always cancel your subscription. And then it follows the same, the collect, build, paint, play that the Combat Patrol magazines. So flipping it over here, it goes in a little bit more detail of what you're going to receive then, those 12 different spearhead kits and the brushes. So yeah, it's got nicely pictured out here, and you can see there's some scenery in the background, some bigger models amongst that as well. So yeah, it's a fairly robust collection, fairly widespread in. Not perhaps ideal if you're only into 1 or 2 armies, because this is going to give you an awful lot. You may want to split this with a friend, or perhaps look at selling it on if you want to stick with it and collect the magazines and collect the other freebies. What else have we got here? I've already shown you that. All right, the premium subscriptions, yeah. So with the Combat Patrol magazines, it was an extra £2 per issue. This one is an extra £2.50 per issue. Bearing in mind there's going to be 90 issues altogether, so that's an awful lot of issues. So what is that? 90 plus that's £225 then. But you are getting some pretty big models here. That Great Unclean one, I think that's retailing now at around about £105 from Games Workshop. You could probably pick it up around about £85 elsewhere. And the other bigger models, they tend to run along the similar sort of prices of between that sort of 70 up to about £120 then. And a nice poster on the back there. So if you've got your little man cave, or you've got your room which you do your modelling in, or you've got your bedroom that you want to put that up on the wall in. So yeah, nice poster there as well. So yep, that's that. And then we boil down then to the first issue of Spearhead magazine. Let's zoom back in again. So issue 1, a little bit of artwork on the front, shows the 4 character models that you get in. This is World Wars in the Age of Sigmar. Battling through the mortal realms. So yeah, this goes into the lore of the worlds of the different worlds of Sigmar, then the mortal realms. It goes talking you across all the war-torn realms, about each of the 8 of them there. Giving you a little bit of insight. Now, I imagine they're probably going to expand on this as the collection continues, with each faction sort of being more in line with certain realms then. It talks about spearheads and being quite a small elite force, which can use to battle against their foes within this world. The Stormcast Eternals, which are one of the first lots that we get in there. We got one of the heroes, and giving you a little options on name in there. If you wanted a name, you roll a dice. It's got numbers 1 to 10 across the top, so you roll a dice, roll number 4, go to column number 4, roll the dice again, get a 2, and it's a D3 there, so you go to the next one down, and you do the same there. You roll a dice again, go to column number 5, do the D3, it's number 1. So yeah, and that's how you generate your names, just your character names, your squad names, or you could just pick your character's name. You could use these as some inspiration, or you can make up your own. And the same goes there for Skaven names. They'll each name will have a sort of particular theme. Exactly the same there. So then we're moving on to the how to build. If you've never built models before, then model parts are normally numbered, and there's normally little tabs on the sprue. Can you see it there? There's a little tab there with a number on it. Sometimes the number will be on the sprue itself, but that'll identify the part that you're picking. Always before you cut it off, look, does the part in the picture of the instructions look similar to the part that's on the sort of the sprue then? Then it's all about your cutters and your mold line removers, and then pushing or gluing together. So you how to build there, it's got your instructions on them. These are all push fits. You won't need glue for these. You'll just need to cut them off. Be careful when you cut them, whether you're using a craft knife or whether you're using those sort of side cutters. And then it moves on to an Age of Battle. It's a tabletop war game. You're basically battling against your opposition's force. So this is like core concepts. This is basically your idea of you roll dice. You've got to get over a certain number. Once you get over a certain number, that task has been achieved. So to attack, if you got over a 4 in this instance here, then those dice have hit. The ones that are over 4, the ones that are under 4 haven't hit, they've missed. War scrolls then. So the war scrolls here are each individual model or unit's data, then the information that you need that's relevant to play the game, what it moves at, what it saves at, how many wounds it's got, what weapons it can field, or what weapons they're equipped with then. And then you've got the how to fight, and then we move on to this little, it's not really a scenario, it's a duel to the death then. So you have one of each of your models going on the information you've got there on the characteristics of how they fight. You roll the dice and you battle through that, be the Grey Seer or the Stormcast Eternal. And then we've got here in the top corners, you can see these little skull markers. You can cut them out and you can use them as wound markers. And then looking onto issue 2, which is going to come out, I think it's on the 18th of March. It's going to have 3 more of these sort of these rat ogres in there then. So and they'll be slightly bigger models. And then you've got this small little bit then, which is like a reminder. You can fill the back of this in and give it to your newsagent, and hopefully they reserve a copy for you. I picked my copy up in my local Tesco store. I did notice my local, what have I got near me? It used to be WH Smith's, now it's TG Jones. They've got issues there, plenty of issues there as well. So yeah, issue 2 then we've got those rat ogres, and then issue 3 is going to have 5 liberators and for a free modelling kit. So imagine that's going to be a pair of side cutters, yeah, and the mold removers. So in here you can subscribe. It's going to tell you if you subscribe, you get some free gifts. You're going to get your first binder free. You're going to get some extra free brushes, free mug, and a free model. And there's a little bit there you can fill in and post it off, or you can go online to hatchetpartworks/spearhead.com and subscribe there as well. Now with the subscription, you've got an option to cancel. You've got an option to upgrade to a premium, and that's £2.50 extra. You know, if you're going for the long haul and you want some of these bigger models, it is definitely worth it. Certainly if you can perhaps eBay on or split on some of the models, then you're going to get your money back. I think the particular models in this issue 1, though, you can't buy anymore. I think they all came part of the film set. Please like and subscribe, guys. Drop a comment for me. See if you want me to subscribe up to this and continue reviewing these like I did with the Combat Patrol magazines. Thanks again for all your support.